All right, welcome everyone. Shall we get started? It'll take us a minute to get back to our mats anyway, or wherever you're moving to if you're able to move from your desk. So head on back, remembering that comfort is paramount. That's the most important thing of getting situated. And that doesn't mean that you have to commit to your spot that you've chosen. If you have something warm nearby to keep you cozy, bring that close. Some people will like to gather up pillows and put them over themselves. Maybe you're going to wrap yourself into a big blanket. There's no wrong way to set up. And throughout our practice today, if you get uncomfortable, make changes so that that doesn't pull you away from your meditation. You're able to just readjust and come right back to us. So for me, I don't make it really fancy. I have a rug on top of a cushion, a couch cushion on top of a yoga mat. That's all it is. And I do like cross-legged. I would encourage you to find a place where your spine can feel really upright and tall without rigidity. So we're going to take a couple movements that will help you get a little longer. Let's let your right fingers fall wherever they can land and lift your left arm really high. Breathe in. Just a few movements before we actually settle in so you feel more comfy. Tip over to the right side, but soften your right shoulder. Move your right hand a bit more behind you. You could grab the back of your chair if you're still in your chair, and then just take a tiny twist over the right shoulder. Eyes down for a long neck, or looking over your shoulder for a bigger sensation. Come on back to the center. Let your left fingers fall onto something. Right arm rises, big breath up first. Soften your left shoulder as you tip over to the right. Getting not just our sides long, but our spine in this process. Big breath in through the right side body. As you move on the out breath, send your left fingertips a bit more behind you so you can twist a little bit. Eye gaze down low or over your left shoulder. One more big breath in and out. As you exhale, come on back to the center. Take your hands behind you. If there's a chair back there, you can hold on to the chair and just try to stretch your chest open. Take your chin, tuck it down towards your chest, and then gently roll ear to right shoulder, left ear, left shoulder. A few neck rolls, a big chest opening. If you've been doing a lot of typing, I encourage you to take a couple of breaks throughout the day with this stretch, a big chest opening stretch. All right, let your hands go. And wherever you are, let them be really heavy and free. You're welcome. Like I said, you can gather up a pillow, something to hold on to. You can let them fall by your sides or support them on your body somewhere. Re-engage through your beautifully long spine. Feel that length without rigidity. If you're feeling sluggish today, I encourage you to sit with palms up, even if they're held in by your belly. Palms up will help you receive. Feeling a little overstimulated, palms down, wherever that may be, will help you ground. Well done getting settled. That's sometimes the hardest part. Let's take a big, beautiful breath in together. And if you're able to shut your eyes down today, especially if you have to stay in front of your computer, really try to even just soften your eye gaze. We want to block out as much stimulation, light, colors, textures as possible. If you're not feeling super comfy shutting your eyes entirely, do what I do. Gaze down the bridge of your nose. Look right off the tip of your nose. Focus on something still and unmoving. Then you can narrow your eyes to little slits so that whatever you're still viewing becomes really blurry. So nice. Well, we've done it, my friends. We've arrived. The hardest part is over. Now we just get to settle in and enjoy. Our first act of self-care today is making ourselves comfortable. So we took the time to do what's necessary to get extra comfy. Remembering that at any time during this process, you're welcome to readjust. If you have headphones, you can also do a walking meditation, so it does not have to be still and seated. Finding that alignment, connecting to it, breathing into the alignment in your spine. So I like to think about inhaling up the length of my spine, even through the crown of my head, and then exhaling down the length of my spine. Thinking about plugging deeper into my supports under me. Heavy in shoulders and heavy in your facial features. Comfy enough that you want to linger. nourishing ourselves together today with our breath. A big inhalation full of trust, trust in your practice, trust in your body. Full exhalation, releasing anxiety. Now, understand that it's a practice, right? So we may not be able to get rid of everything that's been bothering us or holding us back from being our best selves in one practice. That's okay. We'll commit to coming back again, and we have the practice now to do on our own. But as you exhale and release and shed, think about possibly doing it layer by layer. So just a little bit, we chip away at it. Some may never leave, and that's okay. We're gonna create space and approach everything we encounter in our practice today with a sense of kindness, curiosity. I know that's hard to do when it feels disturbing or negative, but we approach open-mindedly and see if our breath will help us whittle away at tensions. Big inhalation, rebreathing in, feeling a sense of trust in your practice today. And as we release anxiety, this may be thoughts, feelings, it could be a physical discomfort or tension in our minds. Breathing in a sense of calm, peace, and stillness. And with our practice, we will repeat this many times over. So it's okay if those feelings don't immediately wash over you. With practice, you'll be able to tap in more quickly every time. Releasing any anxious energy, thoughts, or feelings that are no longer serving us. Feeling your body upon those exhalations settle into a calmer state of presence. If we can encourage our breath to be a little longer on the exhalation, what will happen is our parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest, will begin to equalize or maybe even take over the sympathetic, which is our fight or flight. That's where we are when we feel compression in our chest, labored breathing, we just feel like we can't catch a big breath. Our practice will encourage the exhales, the out breaths, to be a little longer each time. Feeling more confident, more alive as you continue your breath work. Long, slow breaths in. The slower we're able to go, the deeper our breath will be. In and out through the nose is recommended. Your nose has this super important way of filtering and warming. You have all the hairs and the mucous membranes that really help you stay nurtured with your breath. Definitely great to give a big sigh of an exhalation, allowing you to release deeply, but try to keep your mouth closed for the inhales. Use both nostrils. It may help you to create a little visual. I like to see the two threads of breath coming in. And for me, I color the breath. So I think about something that's really soothing. For example, warm sand is very comforting to me. So my breath may be tan on the inhalation. I see those two threads of tan beach sand breath coming through my body. And as we're working through a guided meditation in a moment, the exhalation darkens. We've gathered up tension, unwanted energy, stale, stagnant energy. And I then see the two threads travel back out my nose as a darker color. Maybe in my example, it's a little brown and muddy looking. Continue working with the breath cycle until both in and out threads of breath are that same cooling, calming, whatever feels really nurturing to you color. We're breathing in not just to practice, but to tap into what is already inside of us, because we are worthy and whole just as we are. Even without this practice, it's there. We just need to cultivate a sense of digging for it, bringing it up, finding the breath to escort it up and out so we can use it. As you're breathing, you're digging deeply into that part of you who loves yourself unconditionally through all of life's ups and downs. the part of you that wants to love your beautiful, capable, perfectly imperfect body, even when you get frustrated with limitations or perceived limitations or setbacks in your body. Quietly, softly, gently allowing your breath to come and go. Making it so soft as we continue practicing that it almost feels like a whisper. Allowing our mind to begin calming its turbulent waves and your body to begin relaxing. And before we really get into it today, if there is anything that you would hope to unfold during your practice and beyond, feel free to set yourself an intention right now. So I'll give you some examples in case you're wondering what an intention could be. One of my favorite little decks of cards by Louise Hay, Power Thought Cards, one of her intentions is, I experience love wherever I go. Love is everywhere. I am loving and lovable. Loving people fill my life, and I find myself easily expressing love to others. So the explanation is there behind your possible intention. I experience love wherever I go. Other intentions you may set for your practices could be a state of mind that you're hoping to inhabit, a sense of calm, cool, a really relaxed demeanor. Maybe it's an emotional state. Your intention could be becoming one step closer to fulfilling a desire or a dream that you have. And once you are crystal clear on your intention, give your heart permission to allow it to receive it. Physically feel your heart opening, visually see it accepting your intention. If you're really stuck on an intention, make it a simple one such as, I will focus on quality of breaths through my practice today. And then let your heart flood with that breath. Let's allow this intention to manifest itself from deeply within us. Take a long, slow, the deepest, slowest breath in you've taken so far today. And upon your exhalation, envision planting your intention like a seed in really fertile soil, but I want you to plant it deep in your heart. Every breath you take, feel it expanding. The heart will pump it out to all the furthest corners of our body so we can really feel our intention electrifying our being today. Let's scan our bodies together so we can make sure that we are as relaxed as possible. Now, I'll guide you through this so we don't miss any parts and so we can stay present and focus together. We are going to include our emotional body as much as we are our physical bodies, but let's begin to breathe down into the tips of both sets of toes, all 5 toes on the right and the left. I like to acknowledge the areas as we pass by, so I'll give my toes a little squeeze and then just as quickly let them go. Feeling that sense of heaviness and release, transfer up the top of your foot, over the soles of your feet, wrapping around your heel and into your ankles. Breathing in through the length of both legs. See that breath shoot down both legs. It almost feels like it's invigorating, it's enlivening, it's energizing. So you may feel like a big openness. Maybe you squeeze something in your legs, and then you just as quickly release them, allowing them to fall open a bit more left to right, settle more deeply into your supports under and around you. Through the shins, the calves, front and back of knee, top of thigh, and bottom of thighs. Breathing all the way down through your hips. See if you can see this like a big sphere. Down in through your pelvis. As we do, we think about widening on the in-breath, opening, expanding, not just left to right, front to back, diagonally. And then settling in a bit more softly. Inhaling through the rest of your torso, front and back body. Let's think about it passing all the way down towards our stomach, side bodies, and all areas of your back, low, middle, upper. Can you flare open your chest? Squeeze your shoulder blades together as a sense of acknowledgement to this area. And then do the same, letting your upper back release as you inhale and squeezing a little bit through your chest to exhale. Sending back through the shoulders, back and down from the ears, sitting up a little taller again now that we've re-energized the torso. Arms. Big breath in. Fingertips might shoot out to enliven. All that breath comes in. It feels so energizing, so uplifting, so vibrant. And then just as quickly, arms may hang a bit more loosely or heavier, however you can begin to release from shoulders, through upper arm, elbow joint, forearms. All 5 fingers on each hand, through all those little bones on the back of your hand and into your wrist joint. Palms are soft. My favorite part, let's breathe into our skulls. I like to see if I can feel such energized breath that it feels like your hairs could stand on end from your head. And then as you exhale, wash that sense of relaxation and deepening over your facial features so that everything feels like it's hanging a bit more heavy towards the floor, from a droop in your bottom jaw. Maybe your teeth have separated and your lips have parted. Tongue resting heavily on the back of bottom teeth. Earlobes hanging a bit heavier. Cheekbones, cheeks. Thinking about the forehead getting heavier left to right, swiping the tension, the lines of focus and concentration away. Pull that down between your brows and over the bridge of your nose, around the corner of each eye and under your eye sockets. Take another big breath in, feeling like your skull could expand, your face could soften. And then exhale, allow that tension to roll down off your shoulders, your back body, and leave it behind. Leave it in your supports today. Finally, breathing into our emotional and spiritual body. So think about the inside of your body, all of your organs, your heart, your emotional center, your mind, your spiritual center. This can be the place of stress for some of us. So it could take quite a few inhales and exhales to begin shedding those layers. And we're thinking about emotional layers such as pains, regrets, grievances, traumas, fears, frustrations from the past, anything that you're still carrying or holding on to, or more appropriately, dragging behind you that you feel like you can't break free from. Literally envision chains breaking as you release yourself from those binds that are preventing you from stepping into the boldest, bravest, most confident you. Remember, don't skip over your heart. Really focus there for a minute. If there is something that is holding you back, something that you've been upset about, it may not disappear. And it may not need to leave because we can grow from it, but give it space. Maybe soften its edges. We know that there is a direct link to our physical body from our emotional body. So when we are really tight with all these emotions, it can cause stress in our physicality. Really wonderful reason to do this practice. Let's receive, allow, and accept soothing, healing energy into any and all spaces that need your TLC. Anything you've discovered is really tight and was hard to release with an exhalation. I like to use imagery again, so I'll envision a pinpoint of light in any trouble spots. And this could be a little bit like a pin cushion. Maybe there's pinpoints all over your body. That's okay. That's why we practice. Maybe there's one specific spot that really needs your attention today. Envision breathing into this pinpoint. Send healing, soothing, loving energy. And then as you exhale, you'll notice that that pinpoint of light begins to radiate away It gets broader, bigger, it fills your entire body, and then seeps out your pores, allowing you to begin peeling away, chipping away the layers, and begin the healing process. Continue breathing and working on your visuals, whether it be the threads of breath that allow you to release energy, or the pinpoints of light and allow yourself to radiate energy out. Self-care such as this meditation today allows us to hold space for our feelings. Instead of pushing them away and always saying, I'll get back to that later, I'll deal with that later, bringing it up now, enabling these feelings to guide us in our decisions, helping us make more decisions that are in alignment with our highest, truest self. And that could tie back into directly what your intention was. Where do you see yourself? Where is your goal? What is your dream? And then we breathe, making decisions that are in alignment with the very best version of us. This means that we embody, we literally embody, we have it all throughout us, a guided, clear, decisive state of being. But sometimes we're moving through life so fast that it doesn't have time to catch up with us. Even in our rest time, we're on our phones, we're reading, we're watching TV. We're not sitting with ourselves, the most important being in the universe. So with practice, we hope to embody a guided, clear, decisive state of being. Through our self-care, we attract more experiences, situations, and people that allow us to feel very well cared for, very valued, loved, and supported. Most important part is I always love to use the pebble in the still pond analogy. That's who you are. You drop in, you're this little pebble, but your amazing sense of calm presence just ripples outward, and you begin to attract not just people, but experiences and situations. You've manifested this that help you feel cared for, well cared for, very valued, very loved, and appreciated. When you attend to your feelings as we are today, you can show up as your best self more regularly, prioritizing your mind's body practices, embodying your well-being, loving yourself, and your life experiences more. We take this time, this practice, to come home to ourselves. Come back to your breath. Drop back into the sanctuary of your own body and the rhythm of your breathing. Self-love is not a given. It is definitely a practice. We have to work at it. We have to come back to the energy of self-love and self-care, whether it be in these meditations or just a simple acknowledgement of your breath for 8 seconds. Even in times where we're angry at ourselves, if we've made a mistake or we're just feeling really down, this is when we need to tap into the powerful energy of self-love and self-care exactly as you are today, flaws and all. Your perfectly imperfect self is worthy, welcome, and loved. Let's continue breathing, cultivating an intimacy with your one true love, the one relationship that you will have for the entirety of your life. How powerful is that? Your beautiful body and mind deserve this. Imagine how much healthier, what a beautiful sense of well-being we could embody if we tended to our self-care like this and really cultivated this open dialogue of intimacy with breath and body. Rest and ground here. Come within to your silent space. Take refuge as you immerse yourself in your breath. And it's okay if your space isn't silent. Sometimes our thoughts sneak in. Oftentimes our thoughts sneak in, right? That's okay. We just gently guide ourselves back to our breath focus, placing all your thoughts and your plans aside Maybe if your mind is really active in any one of our practices, you can find space to rest in between all of the thoughts as they slowly slide through and out of your awareness. Rest and relax. Trust and let go. Surrendering to our inner sanctuary, this beautiful space of calm stillness that is always within us if we take the time to slow down and find it. Let breath be your anchor to not just this moment, but any moment where you need some clarity, some composure. If you encounter any resistance in your mind and body as we're practicing, just hold it. Hold it with love and tenderness. Hold it in your intention. Hold it in your attention with the power of your love. And those areas that need a little extra encouragement, your body, your mind, your spirit. If you're feeling tired, ill, or injured, physically or imaginatively move your hands to this area. So I'm going to move mine over my heart and offer the light. Remember that little pinpoint? Offer the light of self-love to wherever you need it. If it's something more specific like a hip or a back, you can imagine or place your hands there, but feel the energy of your healing. Offer yourself the light of your own self-love, unconditional love and acceptance. How powerful is that? Today, as we begin to close our practice, I offer my gratitude for the meditation community that we have been given. I offer you many blessings. And I'd like to share one more little excerpt today. This is from a year of living your yoga, but very applicable to our meditation practice as well. Sometimes it's easy to immerse yourself in the practice, but hard to figure, how do I take that off the mat and live my best life like I do in our time together? Begin by paying attention to the small things, the tiny little circumstances, the moments, the breaths. As you do, you discover awareness of the ordinary and the mundane can enliven your on-the-mat meditation practices. A new territory opens up in which life and your practice are seamless because we always have this beautiful state of flowing presence, cultivating a calm clarity. My friends, bring your hand to your heart center or cover your heart. Let's take a big, beautiful breath in. Recall your attention into your heart and bring your intention back to focus. It may simply be, I experience love wherever I go. I wish that for you. I hope you can manifest that in your body. Plant that seed and allow it to grow and spread. My friends, thank you for leading me through a meditation. Thank you for joining me and being with me as we meditated together. My light honors your divine light, is inspired by the time you took to carve out your schedule and make time for self-care. Have a truly wonderful week, and I can't wait to see you next Wednesday. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Take good care today.